A little while ago I received a challenge from one of my YouTube commenters when I was asking for video ideas for Vader. The idea was that I would start with a single dollar and see if I could get a real expensive game by just trading and buying and selling and that sort of thing. So I finally decided to take him up on that challenge. Here is my dollar, and our first stop on my challenge will be CEX. So for those of you who live outside Australia and the UK, CEX is short for Central Entertainment Exchange. So what they do is they buy and sell DVDs, Blu-rays, and video games for cash and credit. So basically they're like a cash converters, but just for movies and video games. And it's really cool. In the UK, they go back as far as PS1 and Game Boy Advance stuff, and like N64 and that. But unfortunately, here in Australia, they only go as far back as like PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, and that sort of thing. But unlike a lot of other game stores, like your Game Traders and your EB Games, these guys seem pretty clued in to how much an average game is worth to a collector. Their prices can go down really low for some of the less desirable stuff, and that's what I'm going to be heading for. So, looking around here, what did I find today? Okay, so the dollar is spent, and what have I decided to start off my challenge with? Well, I got a copy of The Shoot on PS3 and Dance Star Party, also for PS3, 50 cents each. Now, you might be wondering why I decided to go for the PlayStation Move shovelware. Surely that can't really be worth anything. And there are a number of other games that you can get for $1 at CEX. Stuff like really sort of mid-tier movie licensed PS2 games, a couple of sports games, and poker, that sort of thing. And also on the PS3 and 360 you can get the more popular shooters like Battlefield and that sort of thing, as well as some of the brawlers for about $1 too. But no, I've gone for these two, and there's a very good reason why I've decided to start with these shovelware games. But in order to tell you that reason, we're going to need to pop down to cash converters. Now, so I'm going to offload these two over here at cash converters. Now you might wonder why I'm using cash converters as my first stop, because pawn shops and that sort of thing don't really give you very high dollar for your games, and surely if I paid 50 cents for these, they must trade them in for a lot less. Well then, let's find out in 3, 2, 1. $4. So I managed to trade each of those games in for $2 a piece. Now quite a few cash converters and a couple ace bends also trade in PS2s for a bulk buy price of $2 each, but not all of them do it. A lot of them have cottoned on to things like FIFA games, so you can't really trade those. But generally, a lot of the standard sort of shovelware type stuff you can still get $2 for at most cash converters. So now I've got $4 here. So what can we do with $4? Well, let's see. Okay, so something I wasn't actually expecting. Not too long after I've left CEX, I've gone into an op shop, a local lifeline of mine, and I think I've found the next step in the chain, and that is this copy, this sun-faded to hell, probably from a market stand or left next to a window copy of Age of Empires Collector's Edition. And this one is, as you can see there, $2. Actually, I don't know if you can see that there, but it does say, indeed, $2. So this is what I'm going to spend $2 of our $4 on. And now you might be asking again, well, why do I want to spend $2 on a completely ruined copy of Age of Empires Collector's Edition that barely anyone will want? Well, I don't know. Trust me for a little while, guys, I know what I'm doing. And once again, we find ourselves back here at the CEX, where I'm going to trade this puppy in and see how much credit I can get. And it is done. We have the trade in right here. And for the Age of Empires Collector's Edition, we got $6. So we've already turned $2 into $6 of store credit. Now, I could just do what I did before, buy a bunch of 50-cent games, trade them up for $2 a piece, and just like continue doing that perpetually. And that'll make a really boring video, so I'm gonna make a rule that a given trade like that, something repeatable, I can only do once. So now that I've got my $6 credit, I can use that either in store, or I can actually use it on the online store too, because unlike something like Game Traders, all of the CX stores are actually integrated into a single sales system. So we're going to go home now and see what else we can find on the online store.
So here we are back in my office, my computer. Sorry, my desk's a bit of a mess. But yeah, so we have the credit now, and I'm here on the CEX website. And I was going to show you guys today a bit about my strategy and methods and techniques of how I like go through all the stuff on the CEX website and how that system all works, and problems I've had in the past and that sort of thing. And I was also going to talk a bit about my eBay technique as well, but I think we've gotten enough material for this episode, so I'll save that one for the next one. Also, another reason why I won't be doing that today is because I've actually already spent the credit. So, yeah, this is a game I bought. I teased it a little while ago on my Gaming Pickups series. But yeah, with our $6 of credit, in fact this one actually cost me $5, I got myself Robotech Battlecry on the PS2. So yeah, this was $2 on the CEX website, and they charge $3 delivery for every item. So this costs $5 of credit, meaning we have $1 left over. And I've actually already sold this game. I bought it for that $2, as I said, plus the $3 shipping over, and I sold it for $20, minus $3 shipping, and minus another $3 in eBay and PayPal fees. So I turned $5 into $14 with this particular item. So that's already been sold, and I'm gonna put that into the calculation at the end. But I also picked up something else off camera that you guys missed. I was at that same Lifeline, where I got the Age of Empires, and they were having a half price sale on all DVDs day, and by that they included games. And usually they price games at around $5, but they decided to price a batch of 360 games that had just come in at $2 each, which means I got this game for $1, and it is Lost Planet 3. And I've listed this game already for, I think, about 20 bucks. But yeah, when this sells, I'll get a nice tidy bit of profit from that. So, without further ado, let's run down what we have here. So, we started off with $1, okay? We then used that to buy the Shoot and Dance Star Party, which we traded in for $4. With those $4, we bought Age of Empires 2, Lost Planet 3, and we had $1 left over. We then traded in those Age of Empires for $6 in credit, which got us Robotech Battlecry, and we also have $1 of credit left over, plus another $14 that we got from this. So that means in this one episode, we have started with $1 and we've ended up with $15 and $1 in CEX store credit. So I'm feeling pretty confident about getting to our target. But that said, what is our target? Because I haven't actually mentioned what we're trading up towards. Now, originally when this series was pitched at me, it was a $100 game or something crazy like that. I don't actually think that's that crazy, but I'm thinking we should aim a little bit smaller for this first sort of series, this first sort of go at it. So I was thinking, instead of like going towards the nebulous target of a $50 game, because as we have demonstrated here, what does that even mean? Because whatever we're getting, it's going to cost $1. So I was thinking of maybe choosing a target to go towards. Now, there aren't a lot of expensive games left on the systems I'm playing that I'm actively going for. I have a lot of the stuff that I want, like Coast to Coast 2006 Outrun. I have Wipeout 3 on Special Edition on PS1. I've got Crash Bandicoot games. I've got a lot of the stuff that I want, but I have been thinking, one thing that I don't have yet that I want, and is achievable I think, is Shadow of the Colossus. That's a game that a lot of people talk about, is actually fairly common. I've seen about, 6 or 7 copies of that game in the wild. It's not a particularly rare game. It does cost quite a bit. It costs about 50, 60 bucks, 40 bucks, around that sort of price. And I'm thinking that at the moment, that's probably a game that, is a good target to go for. I'm going to reserve the right, going forward, to shift targets if I want to. So to change, so if I think of a better game, or an opportunity presents itself for me to achieve a better game in the target sort of price range that I've been talking about, and I have the opportunity to buy it with the money, then I'm reserving the right to switch targets and declare the challenge won. Also, if I happen to, tomorrow go out and find Shadow of the Colossus for $2, then I'm going to subtract that money from the credit and keep going. Well, I might do that. I might just buy it with my own money and keep the challenge going, but we'll see how we go. But for now, the target is Shadow of the Colossus for $1. Okay, and I can use any method I want to buy that. I can use eBay, I can buy it off a friend, but I probably won't because none of my friends have those kind of games. I can find it at an op shop, I can find it at a cash converters or a game store, anything. I can use any method I want to obtain that game, but it needs to be with the credit that I generated from that $1. So after giving you all that information that I probably should have given you at the beginning of the episode, I will see you guys in the next installment of the $1 game challenge. See you then.